Hello everyone. Do you always dwell in the past and not in the present? Does any memory affects your present? We will talk about such kind of a short story named Birds, which is written by Nirmal Verma in Hindi as Parinde and translated by Jayaratan in English as Birds. Nirmal Verma is considered one of the leading Hindi writers of the times, both in India and abroad. He has written both novels and short stories. Nirmal Verma has been widely translated into English. He was born in 1929. A love for literature and the arts ran in the family. Nirmal Verma came to fiction via poetry. His first successful professional debut was in Kahani, which was published in Allahabad. His story Maya Darpan, Magic Mirror, was made into a film in 1970. He won the Sahitya Academy Award for his collection of stories Kavve or Kala Pani, Crows of Deliverance. In 2000, he won the Gyanpith Award for his lifetime contribution to Indian literature. Nirmal Verma was one of the pioneers in Nai Kahani movement in Hindi literature, and his story Parinde got published in 1959 as the inaugural story of Nai Kahani movement of 1950, marking a shift towards inner conflicts of middle class in modern society rather than the social issues. Now we will come to the story. The story opens in a boarding school in a hill station during the holidays when most of the students were leaving for their hometown. The atmosphere feels quiet and lonely, which reflects the emotional condition of the characters. Now we will look into the characters. We have protagonist Latika, who is lonely and emotionally disturbed. Latika is unable to move on from the death of Major Girish Negi, the man she loved deeply. She lives in the memories of the past. Symbolically, she is compared to birds, where the choreography of birds' motion is reflected in the swing and transitions of Latika's moods. The image of birds appear now and then in an orderly motion across the sky, reflecting the pauses in Latika's mind. For the rhythm of their flying is sustained only by the moments of pause present in their motion. The title Birds is symbolic of the flowing of life. Birds create the idea of motion and is also intrinsic feature of all life, a necessary force for sustaining life. The awareness of this continuous movement or flux is central to Nirmal Verma's thinking. Latika is in state of turmoil and inner turbulence throughout the story, but in the end, as she passes along the corridor of her school, sane words of advice from Dr. Mukherjee explode in her mind in a pictogram of profound meaning. It gives her a sense of stability which is enhanced by the image of birds flocking in the sky orderly in motion. Now, who is this Dr. Mukherjee? We will know about him. Dr. Mukherjee is a refugee from Burma. He is a half Burmese. After the Japanese attack on Burma, he had sought asylum in this small hill station. It is said by Doctor in the story that his wife had died on the trek back from Burma. He is detached about his life. Though on one specific occasion, his own house in Rangoon got burnt down in the war, he did not reduce a nationwide calamity to a personal tragedy. He has converted the past into strength. He knows Girish Negi as he is the one who brought them together. After Negi dies in action, he helps Latika come out of her state of turmoil. He makes her participate in get-togethers. Latika loves his company. A current of goodwill and love flow from him. He is a guide, father-like figure to Latika. Flow with the current, he tells Latika now and then. Another character we will talk about is Hubert. He is a music teacher in the school. He is a non-Indian. Sensitive and emotional person, he likes Latika and even writes a letter to her Unknowing about her past life, later he apologizes, but Latika remains emotionally distant. Hubert plays music. It is always on a soft, soothing, descending and fading note, like the murmur of the trees and the gurgling of the stream. Listening to the music from Hubert Chopin's Nocturne, Latika felt that from far off, peaks of snow, flocks of birds were descending and flying away to unknown lands. The music has a deep effect on Latika. She dwells into the past, listening to the soft stream of music. Hubert affirms her being as a woman. His letter to Latika makes her see herself as part and participant in the stream of life. Hubert is the one who pulls Latika out of her standstill state and sets her in motion. Hubert gives emotional shake-ups as compared to Dr. Mukherjee, who is more like a father figure, and his advices affects Latika on the level of reason. We can say Dr. Mukherjee acted as head and Hubert acted as heart in bringing Latika out of her past memory. Nirmal Verma has indeed used head and heart in a balanced way. There is one more character whose name is Julie, a young school girl whom Latika relates to, as she represents youth and innocence. Her emotional situation reminds Latika of love and relationships, as she also is involved in relationship with an army officer, which Latika observes. And another character is Major Girish Negi, who is Latika's lover, an army officer who died leaving Latika heartbroken. His memory strongly affects Latika's life. Now let's come to the narrative technique. The narrative technique of Birds is the writer remains detached, neutral observer of his characters. It is a third person voice that we hear throughout, yet can evoke and enter the voices of the characters. Apart from sounds of human voices, the sounds of trees, the wind, the flowing water, and innumerable natural phenomena are also worked into the texture of the story. Mountain setting in Latika's mind in the final scene implies that a higher force determines the course of human life. Nirmal Verma has used symbolic means of projecting femininity, and apart from it, he has used straight realistic mode. Another lifelike depiction of femininity made by Nirmal Verma is that of girls in the hostel who are a giggly lot. So, the marked feature of Birds is the staunch affirmation of life against the forces of anti-life it makes. So, hope the explanation will help you. This story is from MEG 14, Contemporary Indian Literature in English Translation. Learners can make their own interpretation by reading the study material thoroughly.